So what was the plan to get you out here in the Arizona Fall League?
I think for everybody, more at-bats can always help. I missed a pretty good amount of season, so being out here, familiar with everything is obviously nice, but being able to get more at-bats, hopefully 20 games. I don't know how many we play, 30 games. So just more experience with good competition too.
I know the strikeouts were a little bit of a problem for you in Double-A. What's kind of the adjustments that you've made with your approach this year?
Going into the Fall League, kind of turned the page off of 25 because now that season's over. So fresh start with the Fall League, and pretty much just looking to continue developing the approach. I made some pretty large mechanical adjustments in the second half of the season, and I was able to really clean it up the past 2 weeks, hitting here and just honing in on that. So really the swing adjustments should definitely help the strikeouts along with this continued approach.
You feel like dropping the leg kick more for a toe tap approach will get you more on time when the ball comes to home plate?
Yeah, that's one of the things that we worked on here was just choosing a toe tap or choosing a leg lift. Either one can work, it just has to be consistent. And kind of what I'm going in with right now is just like a low kind of hover and not necessarily a toe tap and not a big leg kick, so it should be able to get me on time pretty consistently.
So you're going to be playing a lot of center field out here in the Fall League, or is it going to be a lot of moving around? Or just
wherever coach wants me, I'm ready to go. Left, right, or center. I've got experience in all three, so we talked a little bit about it, and he asked me where I was comfortable, and I said wherever you want to put me. So.
All right, so 4 for 5 yesterday. Talk about the game that you had.
Yesterday, it was just one of those days. I was seeing it really well. I'm making those adjustments, and they're starting to feel better. I made another slight adjustment with kind of the way I grip the bat. That's one of my hitting coaches, Adam Melhughes, gave me a good tip. And I mean, it feels good. I feel confident in there. But yeah, yesterday was just a good day of just catching barrels, putting together good at bats, swinging at the right stuff. I mean, ultimately it comes down to swinging at the right pitches. So I did that yesterday.
You ever have a game like that before?
Dude, that might have been the best game I've ever had, ever. But it's also a credit to the guys that are getting on base. A lot of RBIs in one game. That's not necessarily myself. It's the guys ahead of me getting on, and there's a big difference between going from the stretch and going from the windup. So I mean, credit to the guys getting on ahead, and I was just glad I could do some damage.
So I know opportunities have been sparse here now and then, but what do you do to stay ready for each game when your name is called?
We're lucky out here because we got our facilities, so we were able to stay fresh and get off the traject machine, which is basically like a live at bat, which is huge just to have in between days where you're not playing, just to continue to see velo, see spin, see shape. But I mean, once your name's called in the lineup, you get to hear that the day before, so you have a little bit time to prep.
So hold on. So this is the first time you're going with the ABS check swing challenges?
Oh yeah, this is the first time I've had it. I know in spring training we had the ABS zone. Not sure if we had the check swing, but yeah, this is the first time I've had to go at it.
So what's your opinion on it?
I mean, I really like the check pitch, like the challenge on the pitch, because I think, there's human error in the game, and umpires, they've been doing a really good job here, but it's good to get the right call. If you get rung up on a pitch that you think isn't a ball or a strike, and you have the ability to challenge it, so there's really no need to complain anymore about pitches, and the umpires shouldn't be hearing as much back from the coaches on the bench because the ABS is there. The check swing, on the other hand, is, it's almost like you almost have to go the full way to be a swing. So I think that one, I don't know, that's a tough one. I'm obviously a fan of it. I hope it goes into Double-A, Triple-A, big leagues, because it gives a lot of it's a hitter tool. It's not necessarily for the pitchers, but I would love to see it there. I don't think it's very accurate.
So kind of going back to one of your teammates out in Amarillo, can you talk about Ryan Welchman and what he brings to the table?
Oh, he's an absolute baller, super competitor. I was able to catch a glimpse of him for a month and a half, 2 months, and he probably had one of the best month and a half, 2 months I've ever seen out of a baseball player. So he's a great dude. He is a stud on the field, and he carries himself really well. So he has a lot of respect around the clubhouse. Not just saying that either. He's a really good dude, and he brings a lot to the table whenever it comes to baseball.
So Another game, filled up the stat sheet, got another hit, scored a run, drove in a key insurance run. It's like, how would you describe tonight's game for you?
You know, obviously we're in need of some wins going into the playoffs. We're just trying to score runs, put together good at bats. But ultimately, at the end of the day, each one of us is playing an individual, at bat, and we got to be able to execute what we're doing. So, that last at bat, we needed some insurance runs, and my job is to get the ball hit in the air, have the guy at third tag, and is able to do that. Just play the game hard, play the game fast, and play it the right way.
So here in the fall league, you've been hitting the ball consistently hard. Your 95 plus exit velocity rate's over 60%. You feel like you're catching the barrel often when you make contact?
Yeah, I think for my game, it's important to make contact as consistently as I can, because typically whenever I hit the ball, I'm going to hit it decently hard. So the whole goal for me is just to put the ball in the air, and it's going to be hit hard. So just continuing to do that, and get these reps are great pitchers to face off of, and it's been better. So still got more in the tank for sure.
You feel like you're in a good spot in the box every time you step in there?
I feel confident right now. Baseball is such a mental game where that confidence means a lot. So whenever you get in there, you better feel confident. And I think even if you don't feel great, it's important to kind of carry yourself like you are feeling good, confidently, because once you get in the box, the pitcher notices more than what everybody else is noticing. They're seeing how you stand in the box, how you grip the bat, all that stuff. So it's important to get in there with a big chest and try to compete.
So you've been playing a lot of games recently with Glass. Can you tell me the story behind that?
What was that?
So I've noticed here in the recent games you've been playing with glasses. Is that something? Can you tell me the story behind that?
Yeah, I got these in at the middle of the year. I felt like I was struggling to see the ball at night a little bit. I have astigmatism in both eyes, and I'm a little farsighted, so this kind of helps see the ball better at night. Daytime, it's pretty much fine. But I figured since if there's any slight edge I can get, especially at nighttime, to see the ball better, reduce the glare, that these things help a lot with them.
So talk to me about your Arizona Fall League experience.
I mean, it's been awesome. The guys around here are great. A lot of good players in this league. I know a ton of guys that are in the league right now, and it's fun to play against the guys because, I've been playing against the same guys in high school, college. You see them in pro ball now, so you start to make a lot of friends. And we're playing against the Scottsdale tonight, and I probably knew second baseman. I knew this outfielder. So every day it seems like we're playing against some of our friends that are really good. Pick up stuff on guys on our squad. Great coaches here. Every coach here is awesome. They've been really, really good for me, and it's been a great experience. Cannot complain.
So what are the things that you feel like you've learned here out in Arizona?
I think as far as approach-wise, I've really, really tried to, develop a better approach, and that starts with scouting reports and stuff. So whenever I'm doing my on-deck scouting on the pitcher, I've kind of changed it up on how I do it. I'm looking at a little bit more specifics instead of just a vague, here's what this guy has. Trying to, like I said, if there's any edge that you can gain, you try to do it. And I feel like I picked up some stuff from other guys about scouting. On top of that, swing feels good, continuing to make the mechanical changes, but I think it's starting to fall into a better spot.
I feel like the work you've put out here is going to make you more confident going into 2026?
Yeah, I think it's important to, take some momentum going into 26. Like I said at the beginning, I think we had an interview, and 25, that season's over. Wasn't exactly how I wanted it to go. A lot of struggles, but you always have to learn from the mistakes. Felt like I figured out what I have to do. Now it's about doing it consistently, and I'm still trying to do it. And I'm glad out here I've been able to put better bats together.